Welcome to Chevalier. I'm Giselle. This is, to say Helena, you answer it.
Why do I have to answer my own name?
Because you have to say something that looks awkward.
Okay.
We wanted to come and present to you a sort of a glimpse into Chevalier and what it is that we do. This will help people who have asked us many questions. Some people specifically that have asked us some specific questions that pertain to either raising a foal or a stallion or their mares or any horse at any age. Also, this is kind of an overview about what our program is about. But specifically, do you want to discuss some of the questions that she has, and then we'll try to answer them generally here and then go outside?
So one of the questions she had was how to raise your foal in a gentle, loving manner. So they, how am I going to say this? Got to restart.
Go ahead.
What was her? She wants the foal to. Okay,
So we're
go. So one of the questions she. Are you good? Okay, don't laugh. Just look towards Max. Look down. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? Face.
Okay.
Stop laughing.
I need a moment here.
She said it very bad.
Kicking, so
There you go. Okay.
So start. Okay.
And ready, action.
We've received questions from people.
You know what? We're just gonna pause here. I'm gonna charge the battery so we can regain. Okay, while she's recovering, I'm just gonna try to figure out. So,
Receiving questions from people all over the world who are asking us specific.
why did she laugh?
I don't know. Okay.
We gotta go. We're dying battery here.
Battery.
Get out of the seat. I know.
So that was a complete fail, but we've decided to take our video out where we really want to be, and that's with the horses. We like to keep everything real, so we're real people, and everything we do has got to be fun, otherwise we don't like doing it, so you should feel that way too. So we're going to be doing a series of videos. This is an introduction to our first video that we're doing in response to questions regarding how to have wonderful behaving young colts and to prepare them for stallion adult life. So here we go. One thing that we found that has been very, very helpful is that colts have, and all babies, even our filly Nefertiti, they're so energetic. They have a lot of vip and vinegar that they just need to like explode and get out and play. So they need a lot of space to move around, and they need playmates. They need to be able to interact. So this is a stallion, and he's our orphan foal that we raised when his mother passed at 2 weeks. And he is a lot more hands-on because as us four mommies, we had to. Babies like to climb on their moms. You'll see them. Cernanos, he would mount Wody and always climb and kick her and buck her and all these things. And Wody just like take it. Well, we can't do that because we're people. Okay, we don't have that kind of bulk and strength that horses do. So we cannot. He wanted to naturally do that with us because we are his moms, and so he wanted to rear. He wanted to kick and strike out and do all these things. So we had to put up some protective boundaries that would not allow him to do that. So if you have a colt and he doesn't have a playmate, then that's kind of they're going to develop some behavioral issues because they can't get their energy out. They just need to expend their energy. So when we were able to put Cernanos, when he weaned from Wody finally, she was ready to wean him. When we put these two guys together, it was an absolute joyous occasion because now Cernanos could be that playmate for a stallion, and a lot of that energy was expended on each other, which is what they need. They need to
What
play.
they naturally do.
They naturally do. So we don't want to take anything that is natural to the horse away from them. We never want to suppress them and oppress them. We want to be able to let them continue their expressive joy that is their right to do. So when Cernanos and the stallion got together, we were like, because before that time, we had to be the mare that he wanted to mount, and that just wasn't good. So we always kept exercising him. We'd run around with him on the lawn and try to help to get that energy expended out. Plus, you add the fact that they have testosterone, and some people can argue when their testosterone comes in and when, but I think it differs for every stallion. And especially for the breed of horse that you have, he has 1/4 Arabian in him, and so they're a lot hotter. They're a lot more expressive, a lot more animated than another colt, say like a warm blood, Frisian. The Andalusians are hot-blooded, but they also have this incredible sensitivity. And and it's just his personality too. So you have to understand that they have these personalities. Like a Stedian here, he likes to feel things with his mouth, and we call that biting. Okay, so there's a biting that's aggressive, which is not allowed, and then there is biting that is just, oh, I just need to feel this.
Like they're using their hands.
Sorry. So yeah, they're using their hands. What does a baby do, a human baby? The very first way that they actually feel things is by feeling them through their mouth. They'll take something, immediately it goes into the mouth, Well, these guys aren't any different. They're no different. You just have some that are more likely to do that than others. Cernunnos, he doesn't bite. He doesn't need to feel or touch with his hands. These are his hands. These are Stedian's hands right here. That's how he likes to feel things. That's just who he is. His mother was that way. His grandmother, she never bite, but she would do like these it was her way of kind of arguing with you or this or that. But usually when they bite, it's because as a baby, it's because they are touching and feeling things. I'm just gonna go back and eat.
Yeah.
So Stedian loves toys because we gave him toys when he was little, and Cernunnos, he just likes to give them to Titi because he's such a giving, loving baby.
And that's another thing about with the whole biting thing. Horses also are teething, and so giving them things to chew on, to bite on, to play with, like toys, rubber boots, anything that they can get their teeth on to massage their gums is huge. So having playful toys is very important.
They're always needing stimulus. They're needing stimulus with their mouth, exercise, mental stimulus, and also something we've even noticed with the Stedian is because they're growing so fast, they are eating a lot. We were working with him, and we noticed that he would get a little bit kind of grouchy when we'd bring him out, and it was around 3 o'clock. Usually he's fed in the mornings, and then he's fed around 5. And we noticed that he was just really a little bit ornery.
Yeah.
So one day we had to feed them a little bit early, and so we actually fed him before we worked him, and we noticed, oh my goodness, he's like a whole, like 100% calmer, just so happy and willing. So like
with babies, food is important.
They're they can't talk, so they're going to, you have to really understand their behavior because they're trying to tell you something. When horses are misbehaving, it's not necessarily that they're being disobedient. It's something is wrong with their environment. They're hungry, something.
So
and they're trying to tell you.
It's either they're hungry, they're tired, they don't feel good, or they need to just get their energy out.
Or they don't feel safe. I mean, some
they
horses,
don't feel safe, or they're
if
afraid.
they're spooking or something like that, there could be something in the environment that is scaring them.
Yeah. So you need to be able to go through that. What does my horse need? You need to be able to find those areas and fulfill them first before you even do any sort of mare reprimanding, and we call it mothering. The mother discipline, and because a horse will never be aggressive towards you unless it doesn't feel safe, or it doesn't trust you, or it's been previously abused and it has a trigger. There's sometimes a trigger. So if you have a horse that has been abused in the past, and then you get this horse that may be all charming while you're shopping for this horse, and they're absolutely wonderful, and then you bring them home, you find out they have all these behavioral issues. You need to find out what is triggering it. So, for example, someone was wondering why this colt was very aggressive towards their children, and that immediately, that's a no-brainer. Obviously, the previous owner had children that were aggressive and mean to the horse, and so
Because
to be able-
horses aren't naturally
Oh.
aggressive. There isn't naturally aggressive horses. There aren't naturally aggressive dogs.
they're not naturally aggressive
You know?
children at all. So it's all about what has been put
How
into.
they've been raised.
It
how-
becomes a pattern. So they see a child, it's a trigger for them to respond in a certain way. So you just need to be able to help them clear from those patterns. We have patterns that we need to clear from. Humans have patterns that need to clear from, and we can actually project our patterns onto the horse that actually triggers them to do bad behavior. So we have to take responsibility for ourselves, and then we have to help them clear the patterns that they have had from a previous, if they've had patterns that are developed from a negative relationship. But kicking is a sign of it's irritation, it's non-trust, or it's fear. If something has happened on their back end that has caused them to be ultra sensitive and defensive, they're going to kick out. Ramses, when he was little, he had an occasion where something spooked him from behind, and so he would always kick out. And so we knew to kind of respect that area, but then we just kept working on desensitizing him and making him feel safe. So if you have a horse that is immediately kicking out, if you have a colt, because this is specific to colts, if you have a colt that is kicking out, it's because it has something frightened the horse and it came from behind it. So you just need to work on staying at the, working your way safely to the back end. And now it's Cernanos' turn to come and say hi to the camera. To work safely at the back end so that they feel, because this is their favorite spot. But again, they cannot see behind them, so you have to make so you have to make this. Here you have two buttons.
Also, another thing, if your horse loves his bum rubbed and he just, like what Cernanos does, just turned his bum to be rubbed, it's not a sign of like, oh, I'm gonna kick you. It's like, could you please rub my bum? So that's something that people get confused, is like, oh, they're gonna kick me, they're gonna kick me.
So and here's
No,
one
they're just
prime
wanting their bum
example.
rubbed.
I'm talking about bums, and guess what happened? They understand exactly our energy and what we're thinking. They know exactly what we are thinking. We're talking about rubbing bums, and Cernanos comes up to get his bum rubbed. I mean, isn't that the beauty of horses? It just absolutely never ceases to amaze me how amazing these animals are. So they know exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and it's the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing ever. So we'll go into more detail about these two bums right here, about raising colts, and how you can get them to be gentle stallions as you get older. And we'll take you through that process. If you want to be able to sign up to our tutorial online videos classroom, we'd be happy to work with you on that. So just send us a message and we'll see you, and stay tuned for more introductory videos. I'd have these guys say goodbye, but that's just about all you're gonna get.
Thank you for watching our introductory Colt Behavior video.
This is not all-encompassing, as this is just an introductory video, so if you'd like detailed tutorial on how to work with your young colt for an enriching relationship and a lifelong relationship into adulthood with your stallion, we have programs here at the ranch that you can come and visit us for a 3-day enriching program, or you can also enroll in our tutorial programs via online video tutorials that are specific to your needs. Thank you for watching again, and we hope to hear and see from you soon. So please give us comments below this video, and please send us an email message to chevaliaestancia@gmail.com, or visit us and send us a message through our Facebook pages. Have a great day.